Good morning, I'm Peter Milios from the Finance News Network. A weaker than expected CPI print and flat April retail sales numbers pushed all three major averages to record highs. The S&P 500 closed up 1.17%, finishing above 5,300 for the first time. The Nasdaq closed 1.4% higher, also setting a new record, and the Dow closed up 0.88%. The April CPI came in at 0.3% versus consensus expectations of a 0.4% monthly increase. On a yearly basis, the CPI increased 3.4% year on year, in line with expectations. Monthly and yearly numbers for core CPI, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, were both in line as well. Retail sales remained flat in April versus expectations of a 0.4% jump. Both data prints supported expectations that the Federal Reserve will deliver rate cuts in 2024. Yields on the benchmark US 10-year and 2-year Treasuries dropped following the economic data releases. The rate on the 10-year Treasuries fell 10 basis points to 4.344%. The 2-year Treasury yield was last at 4.726% after sliding by roughly 9 basis points. In company news, big tech stock Nvidia rallied strongly after the CPI numbers, closing up 3.6%. Apple and Microsoft both closed more than 1% higher. After the closing bell, Cisco Systems gave stronger than expected sales and profit guidance for the current quarter, sending its shares more than 5% higher in the extended trading. Turning to US sectors, all sectors finished in the green. The best performer was tech, which closed the day up 2.29%. The worst performer was consumer discretionary, which closed unchanged. Turning to the Australian landscape, Aristocrat Leisure, GrainCorp and Incitec Pivot are gearing up to announce their earnings reports. Meanwhile, Atlas Arteria is scheduled to hold its AGM. Santos plans to terminate 200 employees due to project delays impacting its returns. The company's emphasis on new ventures like Barossa in the Timor Sea becomes crucial as its existing assets dwindle. Meanwhile, Rio Tinto's CEO remains open to mergers and acquisitions amid speculation of Anglo American's potential breakup. However, he assures investors that any such moves will align with his focus on the company's recovery rather than risking its progress. The SPI futures are pointing to a 0.6% gain. Thank you for listening.